So it's early in the morning. Praise you, Father. You are good. Your grace and your mercy endures forever and ever is your faithfulness. This is the third day agreement. This is the third day agreement. I shall continue. Ephesians.CH.6. Ephesians.CH.6. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Children, what you should do in union with Yahweh is obey your parents, for that is right. Honor your father and your mother. This is the first commandment that embodies a promise, so that it may go well with you and you may live long in the land. Fathers, don't irritate your children and make them resentful. Instead, raise them with Yahweh's kindness, with Yahweh's kind of discipline and guidance. Slaves, obey your human masters with the same fear, trembling, and single-heartedness with which you obey the Messiah. Don't obey just to win over favor. Ephesians.6. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Serving only when they are watching you, but serve as slaves to the Messiah, doing what Yahweh wants with all your heart. Work willingly as slaves, as people do who are serving not merely human beings, but Yahweh. Remember that whoever does good work, whether he is a slave or a free man, will be rewarded by Yahweh. Verse 9, and masters, treat your slaves the same way. Don't threaten them. Remember that in heaven both you and they have the same master, and he has no favorites. Hallelujah. Ephesians.6. Ephesians.6. Verse 10. Here we go. Finally, grow powerful in the union with Yahweh. Grow powerful in union with Yahweh. Grow powerful in union with Yahweh. In union with his mighty strength, use all the armor and weaponry that Yahweh provides. Use all the armory and all the weaponry that Yahweh provides, so that you will be able to stand against the deceptive tactics of the adversary. So that we will be able to stand against the deceptive tactics of the adversary. The King James version would be like, so we can stand against all the wild. Look, this is proper, right? The deceptive tactics of the adversary. He's a liar, for real. But hey, I know all about believing his lies and being deceived by Satan. For real. Being deceived by Satan, following every lustful desire of my flesh. Know all about it. Better than most. Hallelujah. So that you will be able to stand against the deceptive tactics of the adversary. For we are not struggling against human beings. We are not struggling against human beings, but against the rulers and authorities and cosmic powers governing darkness, against spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realm. So take up every piece of war equipment God provides for you. He provides equipment for us. He provides equipment for us. Think on that. Meditate on that. Matter of fact, let's pause. Yahweh provides weapons of war for us. Imagine that. Imagine Act. It's right, ain't it? I got brothers in the military. They get provided weapons. You see the police officers rolling around. They get provided weapons by their authorities. We have weapons, y'all. I ain't never seen a police officer on the street without his gun. We got weapons, y'all. But are you trained in your weapon? Let's go. Let's continue. But against the rulers and authorities and cosmic powers governing the darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly realm. So take up every piece of war equipment Yahweh provides, so that when the evil day comes, because it's coming, in your life, my life, all life is coming. Not just the end of the world, no, your particular evil day that's equipped for you. Think just about the end times. Them is for real too. But there's an evil day coming just for you. Particular for you. Be prepared. Against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realm, so that every piece of war equipment So take up every piece of war equipment Yahweh provides, so that when the evil day comes, you will be able to resist. And when the battle is won, you will be standing. Right? Hallelujah. Therefore stand. Have the belt of truth buckled around your waist. Put on righteousness for a breastplate. And wear on your feet readiness. The readiness that comes from the good news of shalom. Always carry the helmet of trust, with which you will be able to extinguish. Always carry the shield of trust. Always carry the shield of trust. The shield of trust. Carry the shield of trust. The shield of trust. Carry the shield of trust. It's a shield, y'all. It blocks. It extinguishes. Trust. 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 Carry the shield of trust. Have on the belt of truth. Buckle around your waist. Put on righteousness for a breastplate. And wear on your feet the readiness that comes from the good news of shalom. Always carrying the shield of trust, with which you will be able to extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. So if the shield of trust is for the flaming arrows from the evil one, what are the flaming arrows of the evil one are set out to do? Cause you to distrust through deception. Verse 17, and take on the helmet of deliverance. Take on. Oh, goodness. Take on the helmet of deliverance, yo. And take on the helmet of deliverance, along with the sword given by the Spirit, that is the word of Yahweh, as you pray at all times with all kinds of prayers and requests in the Spirit, diligently and persistently for all God's people. Good job, soldier, for all God's people. And pray for me too, right? Thank you, soldier. Thank you, Yah. Hallelujah. And pray for me too, says Paul in this letter, that whenever I open my mouth, the words, and pray for me too, that whenever I open my mouth, the words will be given to me